Are on silver and uranium and nuclear too. I can never say it properly. Nuclear too this week. I reckon we'll also take a look at, if all eyes are on that, what other things may not be getting looked at so specifically. But we've got some good news with Trump coming out talking about some nuclear stuff. We'll get to all of that. We'll do live gold, silver, platinum analysis. We'll do Bitcoin and crypto too. Take a look at some chart requests if I have time. Mate, it's Monday morning, mate. And you've got a tasty beverage and I have one too, because you are watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. In the first couple of minutes of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. Grab a tasty beverage. You got one? I got one. We slurp them synchronously together wherever you are in the world. It is the slurp. Heard around the world. Grab your tasty beverage and let's do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Good to see you. Monday morning, I'm Joe Main, random dude on the internet. Who am I? I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013. Now I do this week daily live show with the entire GMS family. We'll do some shout outs to start off with and then we'll just get right into it. I am live on X right now. Could you do me a favor? Head over to x.com/It's Joe Main for me. That would be really appreciated. I'll just do this thing right here. And also follow me on Facebook, my new Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Joe Main. Trying to get over 100 followers. I know it's a very small amount there at the moment, just so I can then go live simultaneously on Facebook as well. Do I need to put more bandwidth pressure on my internet? No. Am I going to do it? Yes, if I can. Let's do some shout outs. G'day, Neil. Good to see you, my friend. So random for you to say buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. ZBCN has done well. I do agree. We can maybe take a quick look at that. Mark, Florida man, is in the house. Sinno's Fishing Adventures. Morning, all. He says, great to see you, my friend. Lance, it's been a while, mate. Morning, all. Hope everyone is well. How's the bub? Let us know. How's the little one? Good morning, says Silent Stacker. NNE in the nuclear space has done well too. Yeah. Have you seen Oklo? Ooh, we'll be taking a look at that as well. NNE says Mark Florida was quite a bit surprising. Yes, exactly. But not to him. Of course, Neil knows everything about everything and he gives us all the alpha. As much as humanly possible. Did you know that this show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, mastering the markets.com. Let's get straight into it. I don't see Chat Mum here today. Where is she? Tony Peterson. Walter is staring at you. Walter. Oh, is his name Walter? That's cool. Did I not? Did we know his name already? GMS. Hang on. Hey, bud. Hey, Walter. It's Walt. G'day, mate. How you doing, bro? That's so our nickname. That's funny, Lance, because our nickname for our youngest son, his name isn't Walter, but his nickname is Walter. His nickname's Walt or Walter for reasons. Let's see. GMS Tony Pearson is here. Good morning, chat fam. Been watching NNE. Yes, okay, we'll talk about that. Okay, let's get straight into it. Let's talk about silver. Looking very good here. Okay. We'll share the screen, of course. Here is, of course, this is x.com/It's Joe Main. Can you follow me over here, please and thank you? That would be lovely. And Facebook as well. Can you follow me here? Facebook.com/The Joe Main would be very preferable. Here is silver on the quarterly time frame. So this is 3-month candles. Every candle here is worth 3 months of time. Duh. How good does it look? It just looks lovely. Do you think it will be this week, next month maybe, okay, that we finally crack through? But it's looking really nice. Final boss, $35. I don't have a lot to say about silver. I mean, just that's it, man. Cup and handle, 45 years in the making. It'll break 35. It'll head very quickly, probably to $50, and then onwards and upwards we go. Maybe a little bit of a stop here. Everyone will be talking about, oh, it's triple top. Triple tops usually aren't a thing. Maybe a little bit of a pause, or, it just could whack straight through. But we know that it looks fantastic for silver in the longer term. That's all I want to say, basically, about silver. It looks great. if it turns around for some reason. We did have Trump just come out and pause the tariffs on the European Union. Okay, so we saw gold and silver have a bit of a spike because Trump said, I'm putting tariffs on 50% tariffs on the European Union and something else. And then what happens? Carrot and the stick. The European Union head, don't know what the person's name was again, said, could you put a pause on those while we have a bit of a chat? Trump goes, happy to, delighted to. It would be my pleasure. And then, so that might just stall gold and silver just for a little bit potentially. Question is though, the question could be, maybe nothing can stop silver now. Okay, except, well, we do know there is massive market manipulation. So if it can be stopped, it will try to be stopped. But look, they're through that 35 and we're just looking really good. Okay, that is silver. So all eyes are on that at the moment. We'll take a look at something like, we'll take a look at the SLV. Okay, so that's a physical silver tracker. And then I want to show you SIL. As you know, that's the silver miners. As you know, when silver does start to break out of big levels, the silver miners they tend to do a little bit better. Okay, let me show you SLV, sorry. The SLV is the iShares Silver Trust. Okay, so that's looking quite good too. So if you don't, for some reason, if you're not a physical silver buyer, if you don't like buying physical silver, sure, that's okay if you don't want to deal with premiums and all that kind of stuff. Or if you have a bunch of physical silver, and it's like, I just don't want to pay premiums anymore. I just want to, I want access to the spot price, okay? And you don't want to deal with the bullion dealer. Look, you could buy the iShares Silver Trust. You could also buy, it is the ETP-MAG. Do I already have it here? ETP, Joe. ETP-MAG. This is the Australian version. Oh, it's right there already. It's in my green. It's right here. There it is. This is the Metal Securities Australia physical silver tracker. Okay, similar thing. It's priced in Australian dollars. Okay, so you could do that one if you wanted to. But yeah, looking good if you want to get into those. Or of course, and I guess the plug's going to happen right now. If you actually wanted to have access to the spot price, but you still want it backed by real physical silver, you can actually go to Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Didn't think I'd do the plug this soon, but hey, here we are. And you can go to the unallocated program, okay? Unallocated, right here. As you know, big fan of unallocated programs, particularly from bullion dealers that you know and trust. Perth Bullion Exchange has started their unallocated program, which is likened very much to Bullion Now's unallocated program. As you know, I worked for those guys, their first employee, all that good stuff. They likened it on that, but actually made the fees, the spread, a little bit better. Okay, so for example, you could buy, that shouldn't be coming up there. Don't know why that is. Unallocated silver, unallocated in 1 ounce size, or unallocated silver in 1 kilo size. Okay, so this means you can get access to the spot price of silver in Australian dollars. Okay, you're not paying extra premiums, but it is backed 1-to-1 with real physical metal. So if you don't want to deal in paper contracts, Perth Bullion Exchange's unallocated gold or silver program might be really good for you. And there's associated fees, of course. Read the terms and conditions, what are the buyback policies. You can sell it back to them for cash and you pay a little bit of a fee per kilo or per ounce. With gold, etc., and gold too. Also, you can redeem it. Now, here's the great thing about unallocated gold, unallocated programs with bullion dealers, particularly Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, is maybe you've changed your mind. You go, actually, you know what? I think I do want physical now. Well, you've already paid the spot price portion. Now all you do is you pick your favorite silver kilo on the perthbullion.com.au website, and then you just pay the premium difference. Okay, you've already paid the spot price. Spot price could go to $10 million a kilo, and you're just paying the little spot price difference. Okay, because you already paid the spot price back when it was the price that it is now. Okay, it's an amazing program. So anyway, that's perthbullion.com.au. By the way, they give you free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart, and they price match if you can find something cheaper at one of the other major bullion dealers. Come on, man. Perth Bullion. That is silver. I want to show you SIL, silver miners. This is looking like it's about to pop. If silver pops over $35 and then goes through its little mini move up to $50 into price discovery, watch SIL. Right here. Where are we, Joe? SIL. Okay. Silver miners. Okay. This is the Global X Silver Miners ETF. It lists on the New York Stock Exchange, and you can see we're really crucial levels. Crucial levels right there. We're about to pop. If we can close through that $43 mark, it's looking very, very good. My guess is, again, if silver pops through 35 and then kind of sky's the limit from there, then this is going to do really well, and you'll be able to, you can track which one is doing better versus the other, silver miners or the silver metal. Again, if you just hold physical, go for it, man. That's great. I'm just kind of getting into the mining kind of side these days. I'm open to some dirty paper assets. I'm not just a buy it and hold it guy. I was for a very long time, but my mind is getting opened. But I still have my core stack of silver. But you want to take a look at, say, the SIL to silver ratio. We've showed it to you many times before. This tracks silver mining stocks versus the physical silver, and we're back at this bullish area here. If we can start closing, if we can close a week, if we open this week and close this week above that 1.27, chef's kiss, looking fantastic, and then you'll be looking for a move eventually up to this kind of area here at the 1.7. Then I'd be watching this area here for a major area of resistance. You've got a lot of trapped money here, right there, as such, trapped money. So find some resistance probably around this area, that 1.7. And then if you can get through there, then you're looking at probably 2.4. That's be a major swap target later on down the track. What does that mean? You're swapping your silver mining stocks or the silver mining index for the physical silver. Okay, this is if you want to up your physical stack, but you're like, oh, maybe I can play the silver miners and then just up my stack by extra. If I had have just been buying physical silver, I'd have less physical silver. If I had have bought some of this and then ride that ratio. Okay, so that might be a way to up your physical stack at the same time. Anyway, so that's looking pretty good. The silver miner stuff, silver. Yeah, that's I think all I want to take a look at for silver. Let's quickly do gold and platinum. Platinum looks, geez, that looks good. Gold, here is gold on the monthly time frame, US dollars, 3,345. What are we going to see this week? Let me pop that on as well. What are we going to see this week now that Trump has paused those tariffs? Maybe you just might see more of the same. We have closed last, where are we open now? We are open now. So that's the daily time frame. We haven't ticked over to the new day just yet. So we've got about 17 minutes. So last week, very positively for gold. Look at that, man. That's what we wanted. It's exactly what we wanted to see, and we saw it. Okay, you saw it close at just above, technically, the 618 from this high and this low. So we've gotten through. We've closed above the zag zone, or right at it. Okay, and nothing's telling. And look at this close too, by the way, on the weekly. Look at that candle. Okay, that wick is basically the entire thing. Okay, so the body of the candle is, and look at that tiny little wick. Okay, look at that. That's tiny. That says the setup for gold this week might be very good. Okay, so I'll be watching for that move for that 1,420 kind of mark. But look, it's looking really good for gold for this week too. Could I be wrong? Yes. Does it matter? No. Should you be dollar cost averaging? Yes. Just do that. Looks good for gold this week. Let's take a look at platinum. Jeez. Let me go back there. You see that God candle just like whack you in the face? Ready? Here's platinum. Poof. Man, platinum on the weekly time frame, US dollars 1,097. We just cracked 1,100. I think we are, yeah, where the market's open, but we haven't ticked over for the day. Looking amazing. Platinum on the monthly time frame, pushing towards that descending line right there, the trend line. right there at around about, again, 1,115, 1,120. Funny how that works out. For my previous subscribers know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. We just need to see it push through that decline right there and then probably come up. I would say we're testing that $1,235 level. Watch out for a level of resistance right there. That's at the 0.382 from this high and this low. Then you're in the zag zone. Let me actually pop that in there for you. There you are. That's what you want to watch out for. The next major level that you've got to get through. You could say there's a bit of, that's mainly selling and not buying there. Actually, the main bit of resistance you can see is up here at around about 1,430 US dollars-ish. But because this is the bottom end of the zag zone, you could expect a little bit of resistance here at that 1,230 kind of level. I would expect the following on the monthly or weekly time frame, something like this. Don't quote me. I'm just spitballing here, just having some fun. Something like this, pick it, find some resistance there, come back, test this downtrend line, and then you do that. Golden times, okay? Looking really good for platinum, and it just looks great, okay? Looks like it's coming out of its accumulation zone. Our relative strength index is trending up. On the monthly, it's also trending up, and we've broken out of here. So it just looks great. Looking good. Broken out of there. Looks like it's moving up. Can anything happen? Yes, of course it can. That is it. Gold to silver ratio. 100 to 1. Nothing really saying much. I will take a quick look at, I want to show you GDX. I want to show you GDXJ. We're going back to gold for a second. This is just all the precious metals kind of stuff. Right now, then we're getting to Bitcoin and crypto. We've got to talk about uranium as well. This is the gold miners index, okay? And I want to show you the gold junior miners index. So basically think of it like this. Think of the gold miners index like, your larger caps, and those are your smaller caps. That's all you really need to know. Or if you want to think about it in crypto terms, Bitcoin, or you could think of like, gold would be Bitcoin. GDX would be your large cap to mid cap altcoins, okay? Your Ethereums, your Sols, your all that kind of stuff. And then your GDXs are your small caps, okay? Like you pick the market cap, the smaller ones. Very interesting. It's almost about to break out. So the junior miners, just like with silver, right? The silver miners are about to break out versus silver physical. Looks like the gold junior miners about to break out as well, and look like they're about to possibly break out versus the gold miners index, if you find this interesting, okay? So this, again, if you're a gold bug, you love gold. Oh my God, I hate this silver, I hate platinum, it sucks. You shouldn't. You should really be looking into it, platinum in particular. You're just like, oh no, I just want to increase my gold holdings or my gold miners index. Okay, we'll play the junior miners, okay? If this cracks out through here, this is a big major turn, it's a big market structure change. Again, this is junior gold miners versus larger gold miners index. Okay, so it's a bit of a inception number of layers down, but again, you get some great gains. So watch out for a break of there, and then you would say probably between here and here. Okay, then you're getting into that zone. Okay, right there. So watch out for that. Junior gold miners could be doing really well very soon. And back with the junior gold miners, you can tell that when this gets to a high level, where are we? GDXJ. When this gets up to this kind of area, that's actually signaling the top of general gold spot. Okay, so you just got to watch out for it. Start getting up here. It's kind of the junior gold miners are the thing, just like small caps, right? Bitcoin goes first, Ethereum that, and then the small caps have their rise, and that kind of signals the entire crypto run is over, similar with precious metals, okay? Watch out for that, okay? That's kind of your top signal up here, but got a lot of room to move. Yeah. Anything else I want to talk about? Watch out for, other people are talking about it too, watch out for copper here, okay? Copper's looking interesting. So gold's come out of its accumulation. Silver's come out of its accumulation. It's about ready to pop again, do its next part. Platinum is just coming out of its accumulation right now. It looks like it is. But look at this. This is copper in US dollars, $4.88. This is a long time accumulation. This goes back, this is 4 years now. Okay, check this out, bros. Check it out. Where we go? 4 years of accumulation. We had a couple of months where we spiked above, made a play. It was a failed move both times. Okay, and look at this. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. Failed move, fast move in the opposite direction. Is this time the charm? I would actually suggest it is, because again, you've got gold's gone, silver's gone, mini gone, a lot to go. Platinum's starting to go now. The next one people will be looking at, well, platinum's moving out of its accumulation zone. What's the next one? Have a look at copper. Okay. So once we cross through and hold above about that $5 mark, well, look at this. Where are we? We're in price discovery, my friends. What kind of prices can we be talking about for copper? The only thing that I would be saying that would be negative for copper is if the world believes, if the economy believes that we're still going through hard times, that's generally not good for copper, because copper signals growth. Okay, but let's take a quick look here. This only goes back to 98, so I don't have a large historical chart. So what you probably do is take it from this high and this low, and you could say the next little areas to watch out for if we break $5, $6.40, and about $9, somewhere between there. Okay, so you could say, you know, come up to there, test it, come up to there maybe. Watch out for there. Around about $9 would be a good move. That's a doubling from here, or just a little bit less than a doubling from here. That's not bad. That's copper. Watch out for it. Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about uranium now. Let's go back to here. No time for comments. We shall come back. Cool. What else is got its... Let me start again. What else do people have their eyes on right now? We're talking nuclear and uranium in particular. Nuclear stocks, uranium having a bit of a pump. It did pump at the close of market last week. Let's see how it opens this week. We're going to open pretty soon, actually. Let me see right here. I'll show you what's the reason why. It's to do with Trump. Good old Trumpy. Let's see. Some news over the weekend. This is May 24th. I think this happened on Friday. This happened on Saturday, kind of our time, I think. So I think our markets were already closed, as far as I remember. So Trump signs an executive order reforming the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to supercharge nuclear energy. Thank you, Lord. Nuclear is the way it goes, aiming to quadruple output, okay? Powering next-gen tech for global industrial digital, blah, blah, blah. He signed the executive order. Let's see right here. Trump wants the US to have, no, that's there. Breaking, big Trump nuclear executive order scales back regulations on nuclear energy. Good. So it just means that reactors can be made quicker. Okay, still takes a long time, but it's fast-tracking it as such. Quadruples US nuclear power over the next 25 years. Why put two and a half decades? That makes no sense. Pilot program for 3 new experimental reactors. Wow. By July 4th, by Independence Day next year. That's amazing. Invokes, now this is a great one, invokes the Defense Production Act to secure nuclear fuel supply. Okay. And it is huge, in my humble opinion. So let's take a look at what that did to uranium. URA, this is in the United States. This is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. This is URA. It's a uranium miners index. So it's basically the top X amount of uranium miners all glommed into one group, so you're not getting exposure to just one. You're getting exposure to many. And look at what it did. Trump said, I'm going to do that thing, and then it gapped up from $28.70, and then it opened at $30.50, and then it's broken through, key levels. Look at this. It's looking great. You could say between that and, excuse me, that and that, sailed through it. So looking really good. Now, could that be a little bit of, what's what I'm looking for? Could we be a little bit overextended and we actually do not open the day, do open the next day, trading day, tomorrow or overnight our time, and we have a bit of a dip? Sure. However, here's what we need to look at. The Australian market is about to wake up in around about 5 minutes, okay? And you've got a lot of Australian uranium plays. I'll actually just quickly show you though. I'll show you what some other uranium stuff did that is US based, and we'll take a look at NNE. Okay, where's NNE? Is that in my purple list? It is not. Where's my NNE? Give me 1 second. NNE, nanonuclear energy. It is in my blue. There we go. So nano, 30%. Look at this. So this gapped up. Good old nanonuclear. Gap opened to $30 and it's gone to $35. This is looking very good. Neil, I think, was the one who brought us attention to NNE. I'm very bullish on nuclear and have been for a while. And I'm not in NNE, but let's take a quick look from this high and this low. I don't want to do that. Take it from this high and this low. Well, we've broken through there. So now you need to go to this high and this low. And we've even sailed through there. We're just at the top end right now for nanonuclear energy. I could see a little bit of a pause. Okay. Right there. We're right in the zag zone. That's looking very good. Where did we find exact resistance? This is why Fibonacci is such a powerful tool. Okay. This high and this low. Basic resistance right at the top end. We spiked, but we closed the day below it. Okay, but it's looking incredibly positive. If you're going to get a pullback, I'd be expecting the pullback maybe down to here. So watch out for there at about 32.80, 32.90. I wouldn't necessarily be expecting a pullback. Okay, Oklo I want to show you as well. Is that in my list? It should be. Oklo was something else that one of you wonderful people showed me. It was probably Neil or Gerald, I think it might have been. Here is Oklo. Dang, 23%. Look at nuclear related stuff has gone nuts. Okay, gapped up there. That is looking amazing as well. We have sailed between this high and this low. We've sailed through it. Okay, through the zag zone. We're trending up on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame, trending up as well. Nothing is telling me that this is going to have a major pullback. It's looking great. Okay, that's the short answer. I think it's just looking very positive for nuclear related things, uranium included. Watch out for small little pullbacks, but mate, it's onwards and upwards, I think, from here. It's looking great, particularly with the Trump announcement. Let's take a look at Australian uranium-based stuff. Okay, let's have a look at BOE. Okay, did it gap up on that news? When did that news happen? Okay, I didn't think that news had happened. BOE, that's Boss Energy, CCJ. Maybe they all had that gap up thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we all have a bit of a move back down today. Okay, I thought that news happened not in our trading hours. Oh, maybe I'm wrong on that. You've got DNN. God, look at all of this. Denison Mine. So Boss Energy, CCJ, Cameco, one of the big boys. DNN. Okay, you've got things like, what's this one? Oh, that one's actually Global Uranium and Enrichment. Okay, this is an interesting one. This one is not through any key levels that it needs to be yet. So this could be a creeper. Okay, watch out for this. GUE. Okay, hasn't even broken market structure yet, and you've got a long way to go. Okay, watch out for this. GUE, Global Uranium and Enrichment. Okay, I don't know what's the market cap. Looks like it might be a small one. Market cap, dividends. Does it pay dividends? No. Get out of the way here. Market cap. Oh, it's like 30 million. So it's not huge. Okay, so it looks like a bit of a smaller cap. Watch out for this. If that crosses that 0.8, so 8.5 cent level, dang, that's looking good. This could be a creeper, okay? Could really be a creeper. And you've got what looks like to be bullish divergence, at least on the weekly. Lower high. So lower low, higher low. Crosses 8.5 cents. I'm keeping an eye out on that one. And there's a couple of things that I am currently in at the moment. I am in LOT. I'm in Lotus Resources. This is a uranium play that's looking like it's about to break out. Okay, let's see what happens in the next. Well, the market is open. Am I in anything else uranium at the moment? I don't believe so. I'm looking at DYL again. But yes, I'm in Lotus. Give me 1 second. Let's see what this market is doing. Lotus 185. No, nothing's. The market hasn't opened yet. It's about to. Cool. So that is uranium, looking very interesting at the moment, and all the nuclear-based stuff. I think it's just looking very, very good. Cool. That is that side of things. Let's get to some comments. Oh, we have a super chat. Thank you, Richard. Much appreciated. Richard Pin, GMS, Aave BTC pairing looking pretty okay. All right, I will take a look at Aave BTC. We're about to get into crypto, etc. Thanks for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. If anyone else has super chats, that's very helpful. It helps support the show. And also, if you have a chart request and do a super chat, you're getting your chart request. Cool. Let's see. Clean Earth Metals. Yes, I did check that out this morning. Doesn't look that great, I think, from memory. Let's go back to some comments, and we'll get some crypto and stuff, and that chart request, of course. Let's see. Platinum, the other white metal. Yes. C Uranium Physical broke the downtrend on the weekly. Oh, UX1. Yes, it did. You're right. America got the mining rights to the DRC a few days ago. Okay. Joe, just a reminder that thank you, that the Dow Jones Industrial Average is not open today. Thank you so much. That's why, as it will be Memorial Day in the US, similar to Anzac Day in Oz. Well, happy Memorial Day to everyone. And of course, what's the phrase that we say? Thank everyone for their service. And you know what? We thank the men and women of the Australian military for their service over the years. My grandmother was a sergeant in the army during World War II, and she was the head of it's like the supply division. Okay, she was one of the heads there. So, uniforms and all that kind of stuff, like really like important stuff, and supplies and all that. So she was a sergeant in the army. I thank her for her service, not that she's around anymore. But thank you to the servicemen and women of the United States military as well. So yes, we shall remember them. To clarify, the New York Stock Exchange is closed Memorial Day. Okay, thank you very much for that. That's good to know. So we won't get an update as to what uranium and nuclear and everything else on the New York Stock Exchange is going to do tomorrow. So it'll be the next day. GMS says, Nakas O'Reilly. Mon is here. GMS, good to see you, my friend. Yep, good. All right, let's take a look at... I'll quickly do this one now, then we'll get to Bitcoin and crypto. So Aave... Well, it's crypto anyway. Aave BTC pairing looking pretty okay. So let's get straight into crypto then. Cool. Let's go. Oh, well, hello. Okay, 109. Cool. Let's do some Bitcoin and crypto analysis. We'll also take a look at the Aave to Bitcoin ratio, because that has been a super chat from Richard Pin. Thank you. But here's quickly Bitcoin. Daily time frame, price in USD, 109,000. So the reason why this is having a little bit of a pump probably is because Trump just came out and said, okay, we'll pause the tariffs. We talked about this just before, but if you're just clicking the time code, Trump said, tariffs on the European Union. Head of the European Union said, oh, no, don't do that. Can you pause them while we have a bit of a chat? Trump's gone, no worries, man. No problem. Carrot and stick. That's how it works. So tariff pause, and that's usually good for risk on assets. Okay, so you've seen that in Bitcoin. So a little bit of a move. Let's take it to the 4-hour. Yeah, cool. You could see that there was and is some hidden bullish divergence playing out. What does that mean? It means lower low. Oh, no, sorry, I'm wrong. That is not hidden bullish divergence. It's not on that one. It's back here, sorry, on the 4-hour. This is potentially playing out. My apologies. That one right here, right? Higher low and lower low on the RSI, or flattening out. Okay, so that's a potential hidden bullish divergence after some major regular bearish divergence. Okay, so the regular bearish divergence was this move higher, okay, and this flattening out right there. That's bearish. We've then seen that move down, and what that, as many other lovely people like ASX Trader and other people say, that can turn into hidden bullish divergence, which then just fakes people out here and then just continues the trend. So you've got to watch out for that. Could be there. I'm not willing to say that we are heading onwards and upwards from here. No, not yet. So I would need to see it cross through a certain area. I'm not, by the way, I'm not in crypto at all, just so you know, at the moment. At all. I mean, I've got some smattering of stuff. But yeah, we need to crack through bare minimum right here for Bitcoin. We're in the zag zone at the moment, so that needs to crack through right there. Whatever that is, get through there at 100, and it's 110,000. Get through there and we'll start talking turkey, and then, yeah, potentially higher. This could, head back down from here. I do like the fact that we are in that hidden bullish divergence, so that could push it up to 110. Watch out for 110. Okay, break there, looking like potential higher highs coming. Now, interestingly, I really want to show you something. I think I did it. Do you remember I talked about this? If I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. No, I probably can't find it. Go back to it was last Friday's show. I think it was in the Bitcoin section. And what I tried to do, and I think I did it successfully, I tried to pick a little high for Bitcoin before that we have a bit of a dip. And I'll show you what I did. Let me get rid of that. What I did was the following, if you remember. Okay, I'll show you on the daily time frame, and let me get rid of all this stuff. I just want to show you the power of Fibonacci and what it can do, okay, potentially. Right here, I took it from the low. I tried to predict a Bitcoin high. Now, I have to do this on the replay. Go back to about there. And it wasn't even there. It was way after there, but I'll just show you that. I took it from this low, and I'm trying to find a high. And what I was trying to do is find where major highs and lows intersect with the Fibonacci levels the best, okay? And it has to be higher from where we are, okay? So I did it right. So not there, obviously, right? Even that intersects where you can see that and that's pretty good, but that's not a higher high, right? So I'm going, what's the next one to look at? And I found it at around about here. Can you see that? Right there. And I said on Friday, watch out. See, I like this and this. That's perfect, right? Came up to the 0.382, rejected, and then bounced off the 0.5 right there. So I said, and I kind of lined it up roughly there with the wicks, and I said, okay. And I remember the amount was roughly 112,200, something like that. I liked it from this and that. And then I said, okay, if we get a higher high, you've got to watch out for around about that 112,200 area. And I said that also butts up with this uptrend line, but specifically there. Now, what did we do? We went like this. Right there. Basically bang on. So am I saying I'm an amazing soothsayer and all that? No, but I just find it really interesting that you can line up Fibonacci and then you find some resistance there. I think I did okay. And of course, we did talk about this potentially being a liquidity grab. Breaking this, that's why we really need to break and hold that $110,000 level to say that the following is not a liquidity grab and then back down. Okay, so we don't want this to act as resistance right there, because that would say, okay, high there, grab liquidity, reject here, head there, you break that $106,000, $107,000 level. That's not good. That would say liquidity grab, bad news bears. Okay, let's clear that 110 and hold above it, and we'll be looking okay for a higher high in Bitcoin. I am not in any crypto at the moment. Again, except for dust that I've had for a while. So here is others, the altcoin market minus the top 10. Again, nope. We had a rejection here. All right, that was very clear at that 290 billion. It matched those spikes right there. Double top, and then we're back down. Nothing is saying 100% going down or 100% going up at this stage. Yeah, I get that. Thank you. And we've got to watch for around about that 255 billion-ish kind of area. Breakthrough there, not great. The main one, though, I would say, me personally, it's around about that 240 billion. Does not look great. Okay, if you break through there, not good. It's around centering around your 240, 250 billion kind of area. And obviously, look, right here, that's the spike. Okay, clearly if you spike down and you get down to that 247-ish, yeah, not likely to bounce off. You got to watch for a double bottom maybe, sure, but you crack through there. Bad news bears. If you want, you could say this decline, because technically we didn't have a breakout and a retest. I'll give it down to about 234, 235 billion, but that needs to be a scare the shit out of you spike down and have the final, I broke the decline, it had the retest, onwards and upwards we go, but yeah, probably not. Okay, that, yeah, no. Okay, so don't break that 240, 250 billion dollar area. Now, someone wants me to have a look at, and I will take a look at Toshi. I'll take a look at Hype as well. Hype is doing very well against Bitcoin in general, and the others, it's having an upward, everything else seems to be going down and Hype is going up. Hyperliquid, we'll take a look at that in a second, but I just want to show you Aave. Ave Maria. Aave, do I even have it in my list? I don't. Let me get it up. Aave. Crypto. Aave, market cap, Binance, Aave. We'll do Binance and then we'll do Aave Bitcoin. So apparently Richard Pin is saying, look at Aave Bitcoin. It's looking good. We'll use the Bitstamp exchange price for the Aave Bitcoin, and I'll use Bitstamp if I can for the Aave price too. Bitfinex. No, okay, I'll do that one. Cool. Let's take a look at Aave Bitcoin price. Okay. Let's have a look. Interesting. Okay. Here is Aave versus Bitcoin. This is a chart request from, and I don't want that, a chart request from Richard Pin. Thank you for the super chat. You get me to have a look at this. What am I noticing? Anything interesting? This is on the monthly time frame, 0.0022923. Let's see. It hasn't. I don't think it's broken anything in particular. You might have some. Is that hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time frame? So there you've got an up move. Yeah, it's kind of down and down though. No, I don't think you can say that. No, that's more confluent. The major level of resistance. Let's take a look. It's kind of there-ish. We're kind of there now, aren't we? Yeah, you kind of say it's there to there, wouldn't you? So we're kind of right about there. Okay. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. You would have to watch out for a potential head and shoulders there, I would say. What am I talking about? Right here. Rectangle brush. Left shoulder, head, came down to the neckline. So I wouldn't say yet for Aave that we're out of the woods. Okay, the fact that we broke here, okay, that's good to see on the Bitstamp exchange price. There might be because this goes back to April 2021, so it gives me just the best kind of historical values. Binance probably not as much. Yeah, at this point, Richard, I don't think, and everyone else who's into Aave, I don't think we have confirmed anything just yet. You absolutely need to confirm and get over this level right there. That would be its bullish change of market structure right there at 0.0028. Cross through there, do something like that, cross that. That would be looking really good. Okay, very good. So we're not there yet. I won't even talk about what the setups could be if we get higher because we're not there. And if you're looking at it on the USD pairing, USDT pairing on Binance, yes, this goes back to this. This goes back to the same. This actually goes back larger. Okay, well that's all right. You can see this is a chart I previously had quite a while ago, back here in 2020. Look at that. I was charting this back in 2020. Good old Aave 410. Yeah, that's a clear resistance level right there. Look, it's had a pump in US dollar terms, and it's had a bit of a pump in Bitcoin terms, but here's the thing, not as much of a pump. So I'll show you here, although that percentage might be pretty good. That's 46%, and that is... Yeah, so here's the thing. It's pumped in US dollar terms by 130% in the last, since April. Look, that's really good. It's done very well. Okay, but in terms of Bitcoin, it has had a bit of a pump, but it's nowhere near it. Basically, the Bitcoin pairing hasn't confirmed that the Aave fiat dollar pairing will continue higher. Okay, you really want to make sure that whatever you're in is outperforming the bigger thing. So in crypto, whatever altcoin you're in, it has to be at least outperforming Bitcoin. Otherwise, just buy Bitcoin. Like, why wouldn't you? Why take the risk on a smaller cap when you just we can buy the big boy? So got to wait for that. 0028. Okay. On the USDT pairing though, it does look much better. Let me show you from this high and this low. We're definitely, I think we're through the Zag zone. I think, or are we just at it? No, we're not even actually through it yet. So you can see here we've gone into it. That's great to see. Okay, but I think because of that Bitcoin pairing, we're not out of the woods just yet. Okay, there and there. Yeah, you can see very clear we're in the Zag zone, but we're not out of it just yet. Okay, so be aware of that. You could easily find resistance here and tick over. Okay. And that would sort of coincide with that resistance level on the Bitcoin pairing. So watch out for here at 280, 290 US dollars. Okay, and you don't want to fall back through that 225. Okay, then you're heading back down. That would be a very classic dead cat bounce, something like that. Okay, so just be aware of it. Cool. Got to see it clear on the Bitcoin pairing. That is Aave. Thanks, Richard, for the super chat for that. Hope you found that informative. Here is Toshi. Let me do that very quickly. For the good old Toshi fam. Here is Toshi on the daily time frame priced in USD. Toshi, the meme coin of base chain. I love it. I talk about it almost every time because I have been in it. I'll be back in it if it shows sign of absolute strength. Altcoins in general, they're still bullish technically, but they're showing signs of potential bearishness. So, and even on Toshi right here, you can see it's the same thing. Okay, we did come down to 0.00062. Not a lot to tell you. We are not out of the zones that we need to be out of just yet. Okay, we have found support so far at the 0.5 level, but yeah, not out of the woods. If I take it from this high and this, well, we broke through that low. Okay, so yeah, not out of the woods just yet for Toshi. I need to see it crack through that 0.001 area. Just crack that, and that's really good. Really, I would say crack through, excuse me, for the Toshi fam. Great community. Very rah on their favorite meme coin. That's great. But now it's got to crack through 0.0084. 5 right there. Get through the zag zone, and then we'll talk turkey, but not at the moment, people. Not yet. As Mr. Miyagi would say, not yet. Okay, got to get through there. 0.0085. Get through there, looking better. But so far, on balance of probability, bias is to the downside at this stage. Let's take a look at hype, and then we'll get some final comments and all that sort of stuff. Man, hype has been doing very well. So this is hype, Hyperliquid on the KuCoin exchange. Okay, this has gone all the way, the high here on the KuCoin exchange of $42. That's a big spike, so maybe, I don't know if I should count that spike. If you take a look at other ones, like I think it's the Binance exchange price, etc., I think that spike doesn't exist. You could really say, if you wanted to, the all-time high has been broken. I guess got to include that spike because it's there. But it's been looking fantastic. Been doing an absolute tear versus everything else. If I show you the hype versus Bitcoin price, let's do that. Hype BTC. Oh, it doesn't like me. Why is there not a hype BTC? Shouldn't there be a hype BTC? Hype BTC. No. Or is it hype versus ETH? Let me have a look versus BTC. I can do it on this at least. Okay. Yeah, it's just kicking Bitcoin's butt. Okay. It's doing really well against Bitcoin. Jeez. If this is right, look at that. That's through the zag zone. So it's just kicking its ass at the moment. But the thing is, it can't go up forever. If crypto in general is still going to continue down, Hyperliquid can't just be the one outlier. It'll probably get dragged down with everything else. But it's just been relatively incredibly strong. Okay, so it's through its zag zone. Looking good. I would expect probably a retest here of 0.0003 right there. Watch out for that. Needs to hold that support. Hey, then look, if Bitcoin keeps going up, okay, if we get through that 110,000 zone and past the, making new all-time highs, watch hype go nuts. Okay, that'll probably do very, very well as it has continued to do. Let's check it versus Ethereum, and it's just, again, Ethereum's been lagging and been awful, so it's just kicking Ethereum's butt too. Look, all-time highs in Ethereum. So hype doing very well. From the fiat dollar price, let's go back to that, and we'll prop into the, let's go USDT. Go into the daily. Are we noticing anything? It's pretty overvalued, overbought. Can we see anything on the 4-hour time frame? Yeah, here we go. So you've got some bearish divergence on the 4-hour. Okay, so if this is the pivot right here, we may not know that it is. You've got a higher high here. This is potential at this stage. I guess you could still keep cracking up, but you've got potential bearish divergence playing out right now. Okay, it's not 100% locked in. I wouldn't say that this is the absolute pivot yet. You need to see, this would need to come down a little bit further to say, okay, that's pivoted. But yeah, potential bearish divergence. So watch out for that. I would say a test of, in fiat, nasty fiat dollar price. Watch out for a retest, yeah, of there at about $35. And if not, watch out for about $30. $35 to $30 support level. Cool, that is hype. Nothing else I want to talk about unless I have some other chart requests or some questions for me about anything. Let's see. Only get to do it about once a week, maybe twice if I don't work the Monday on my roster. I don't want to know about your sex life, Lance. Boom, boom. What are you talking about? I don't know. So ZBCN, yes, has been doing well, actually. You are correct. ZBCN, let's go back to it. In my red ones, I've really got to tidy this stuff up. It's getting really long. Yeah, even better. So, dang, ZBCN, says Gerald Draper. Thank you for that, my friend. I'm not in it, and I haven't been in it because, look, there are going to be outlying cryptos that do very well versus Bitcoin and general crypto, okay? Not going to be able to pick them all, and I can't be in everything, so I have missed this, okay? And Gerald, you were right, my friend. Look at this, cracking through the roof, doing really, really well. It has broken its all-time high. We've got a new all-time high of 0.0005, 0.0047. Could we be getting up to 1 cent eventually? You could be right. Let's see on the daily time frame. Bear in mind on the daily, already an extremely overvalued, okay, or overbought, you can call it. Doesn't spend forever there. It's actually on this particular, this one, it's never been higher than where it is right now. Okay, now here's on the positive side of things. We haven't formed bearish divergence on the daily because look at that. Now remember last week I was trying to predict a high. I gave you 1, 2, 3 levels that I might predict an interim high. Completely sailed through them. So I was incorrect. Massively incorrect here. So let me get rid of all that. Okay. You got the Fibonacci. I'll take it from this low and this high now. Okay. Dang, man. Yeah, we're an extremely overbought on the weekly time frame, but you can spend some more time there. And what I was saying, though, was look at this. Higher high, but a higher high here. Okay, so nothing's saying yet that we're in bearish divergence on the daily time frame. Let's pop in to see if we can see anything on the shorter term time frame. 4 hour. On the 4 hour. Higher high, higher high. Hourly. Okay, that's, yeah, not even. I mean, that's pretty confusing. There you go. That's some bearish right there on the hourly. He had that higher high and kind of flattening out right there. So maybe that's where you got your bearish divergence and that's where that's played out. Interesting. And then you've got looks like some hidden bullish, and that's why we've seen a continuation of the trend. So after the bearish divergence, we came down. Okay, and then we formed, looks like is that a higher high and a higher high? And then a flattening out. That looks like hidden bullish divergence, and that looks like it's playing out at the moment. Okay, so looks like we might be continuing the trend. I would be watching out for this. Just be careful because, again, extremely overvalued already on the daily time frame, highest it's ever been, and crypto general, unsure of. But well done to Gerald. Hope you've been in it for a long time. I think you have. And hope you've been taking some profits along the way. Don't marry your bags, everybody. But yeah, take some profits. I certainly hope you have. And good luck. ZBCN. Looks great. Let's see. Final comments and we shall get out of here. Hope Florida is well. Paul Walter, did he? Woke up from his sleep and now very unsettled. The joys. My partner is doing very good. Good answer. My partner is doing an amazing job though. Yes. Aunt Mum's fantastic. Hang in there, Lance. Yes, my friend. Okay. Let's get out of here, people. You have watched Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. I got to stop doing that as high as I humanly can. It kind of emasculates me. Get your tasty beverages ready. We've talked about all eyes on silver. We've talked about uranium and nuclear news. We talked about maybe the eyes aren't on copper at the moment. That's very interesting. I'm about to just show you what literally show you what I'm about to do. Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Why do I keep forgetting to do this towards the end? Join Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Why? Do you want to be a better investor? Do their 10-week foundational course. Technical Dow theory principles and technical analysis foundations. You want to be a trader, like a full-on trader, and do that for a profession, do the year-long intensive course. Or if you just want to be part of the Mastering the Markets community, head over to academy.masteringthemarkets.com. You can sign up for free and you get all this free stuff that you just find in here. It's not as regular, okay? It's pretty regular, but it's not as in-depth and all that kind of stuff. You still get some great calls and things like that every now and then, and general discussions, public charts, people posting publicly, but the back end, the backstage pass as such, which you pay a monthly fee for, is well worth it. Here's what I'm about to do, just so you know. I'm about to jump on the live trading floor. As soon as I finish this show in about 1 or 2 minutes, I'm about to jump on the live trading floor. They're live right now. ASX trader as you know, and you know him and love him, his YouTube channel, etc., is about to jump in at about 10:30 on the live trading floor, and he's going to start talking about, hey, looking at these things right now. I'm liking the look of this. Last week when he did it, he identified things that people got in straight away on, and I did the same, and they're actually up at the moment. So, mate, if you join Mastering the Markets Academy, the monthly subscription, for nothing else but just joining the live trading floor sessions, and then again, ASX Trader joins sometimes, Craig Tapping will join sometimes, or just the other educational calls that get done, like all this stuff, right? I just watch this every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. ASX Trader does his weekly market scan before the market opens for the week. You've got Tung's Macro Sunday talking about the larger macro environmental, macroeconomic picture. Okay, you've got Craig Tapping's weekly market scan. You've got Jonathan Evans' amazing time cycles forecasting. Oh my God, this stuff will blow your mind. Okay, this is well worth the small, in what I believe, monthly fee. Okay, I'll put a link to the sign up page in the info section of the YouTube page as part of the pinned comment as well. That's Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Let's do the final synchronized slurp and we shall get out of here, and we will also dance it out because, ladies and gentlemen, you have watched.
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronize.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now we're on the move.
Got to go, people. I've got a live trading floor to get to. Mastering the Markets. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you, I think, tomorrow. I'll let you know. Bye.